for one, am grateful, Mrs. Bush, that they are finally bringing civilization to this savage land.
I could not agree with you more, my dear. My daddy settled this land, and I know he'll be looking down on us, pleased at how we help the natives.
Yes, they've lost their land, but they've gained access to heaven.
But Father, do you mean unless an innocent receives communion, they're destined to go to hell? That hardly seems fair.
What I mean to say, Jenny, is that there is a great deal of difference between an innocent and a savage.
I never thought of it that way.
Yes, they lived like animals, but they're happier now.
Not only do people now have motor cars, Father, but I heard that pretty soon we will be able to fly.
No, only angels can fly, Jenny.
No, apparently people can fly. Didn't you hear? Out in Kansas, a man even got a car to fly.
I hardly think so, Jenny.
Apparently, Mr. Johns wants to run for governor, which is why he's so concerned with cleaning up the state.
Nate Johns.
Yes.
His family is nothing but hillbilly trash that came here after the war. I don't want to be judgmental, but this state should not be ruled by such a disgusting family. A family without class.
Apparently. The Johns family have made a lot of money, and he has a lot of friends in politics.
Mrs. Bush, money isn't everything. There are many things that money cannot buy.
It seems that money can buy voters, though.
What you must remember, my dear, is that we have been brought here to spread the word. And the word and civilization, they are the same thing. They are the gifts. It is the opportunity we have, the chance to live among people who are decent and who do not kill each other, and who let you worship in peace.
It's so confusing, Father. Sometimes I find it impossible to make the distinction between a loving act and a hateful one. I mean, they often seem to be the same thing.
Yes, Jenny, it is confusing. But you only have to ask me if you need help.
Indeed.
Well, here we are, Mrs. Bush. Armadillo.
E aí galera, beleza? Aqui é o Bruno Veine e hoje estamos começando uma nova série. Eu sei que eu tenho várias séries aqui no canal e eu nunca termino elas direito, né? Mas hoje a gente tá começando a série de um jogo que eu sempre quis jogar, sempre tive vontade de jogar e ele nunca saiu pro PC, mas graças a Deus, depois de 14 anos, ele saiu pro PC, né? Estamos jogando aqui Red Dead Redemption, não é o 2, né? Muita gente já jogou o 2, mas eu queria jogar o primeiro, né? Apesar que assim, teoricamente o 2 é primeiro, se passa antes que esse aqui, né? Mas tipo assim, eu queria jogar esse aqui, né? Ele saiu para Xbox 360 e PS3. E tipo assim, mano, o jogo é de 2010, tanto que a gente pode ver que a gente tem gráficos de 2010 aqui, né? Só que eu acho que tá bonito, tipo assim, teve uma melhorinha, vai. Eu não me lembro do 360 ser assim, eu joguei muito pouco também no 360. Só que, tipo, dá pra ver que a aparência tá mais bonita, sei lá, eu não sei explicar, vamos continuar. A gente tem bastante cutscene nesse jogo, então não vou falar muito, né? Vamos apreciar a história.
Mr. Marston, over here! You must be John Marston.
Sometimes.
I'm Jake. Your friends from Blackwater hired me to guide you.
They ain't my friends, but pleased to meet you, Jake.
I got the horses saddled up and ready out front.
Bom, eu tenho 2 save, eu já joguei um pouquinho esse jogo, né? Então eu tenho o meu save já meio que pronto ali pra eu continuar jogando a minha jogatina solo, né? Só que eu falei, cara, eu quero fazer uma série desse jogo, porque eu acho que é um jogo que vale muito a pena, né? Ainda mais que agora ele tá legendadinho e tal. Mas eu já tô acostumado com os controles e tal do cavalo, principalmente, que eu não sabia, não tinha a mínima ideia de como que iria funcionar, né? Mas é bem simples, cara. No 360 eu lembro que eu não sabia controlar essa porra desse cavalo, né? Porque ele simplesmente caía, o John caía, o cavalo chutava ele pra cima toda hora. Mas agora tá tudo certo, vai, agora estamos manjando. Pô, e tá bonito, cara, olha esse céu. Não parece um jogo de 2010.
Who said I was a decent fella?
It's been abandoned for years now. Folks say it was built during the Mexican War. All kinds of soldiers around back then.
Why'd they leave?
Well, I ain't entirely sure. I heard they had to go up north to fight Indians, or maybe they got tired of being soldiers and went looking for gold. You know how things is. So what are you doing up at the fort?
I'm looking for an old friend.
Well, like I says, you ain't gonna find many folk around those parts these days. Those you do find are about as sociable as an ulcerated back tooth. I mean, I ain't one to judge a man by the company he keeps, but...
Well, he ain't been friends for a long time.
Bom, a gente tá indo visitar um velho amigo, né? Como o John falou, ele não é um velho amigo, faz muito tempo, né?
I doubt it. I ain't planning on staying very long.
Well, if you're fixing for some female company, you can do a lot worse than Armadillo. Fine as cream gravy they are. Not like Thieves Landing. Dang, those girls ain't even fit for a drinking man to hold up with.
I'm a married man, I'm afraid.
Ain't we all?
A gente tá indo visitar um velho amigo que não é mais amigo do John faz muito tempo, né? Vocês vão entender assim que a gente...
Yeah, so it was the marshal who hired me. Lee Johnson, do you know him?
I think I heard his name.
Says he got a telegram from some Blackwater big bugs asking for a guide. I guess it's none of my business.
That's right.
Mas assim, aqueles caras que fizeram o John entrar no trem no começo do jogo, eles são do governo, né? E conforme a gente for progredindo na história, vocês vão saber.
No.
I'm just chewing the dog, mister. It's how I am. I don't mean nothing by it.
Trust me. There's things you better off not knowing.
Cara, o que me deixa intrigado é como esse jogo demorou 14 anos pra sair no PC, né?
I tell you, Mr. Marston, those coyotes eat better than I do. Almost there, Mr. Marston, just over this hill.
É tipo assim, e ele saiu exatamente como ele deveria ter saído em 2010, né? É complicado, cara. As coisas que a gente tem que... É a Rockstar, né? A Rockstar faz uns negócios meio estranhos. Eles não gostam do PC, aparentemente.
Listen, mister. This here's what's left of Fort Mercer. Some gang rode in and took the place over.
So I understand.
This is where we part ways, friend. You have yourself a good time.
Beleza. Vamos chegar perto do forte, né? Que a gente vai conversar com o nosso velho amigo, né? Deixar esse cavalo aqui. Esse jogo a gente não tem carro, né? Vocês viram que tem, os carros estavam começando a aparecer, né? Mas por enquanto é só cavalo mesmo que a gente anda aqui. Beleza. Estamos indo na maciota, não precisa correr, não precisa pressa. Falar um alô pra galera aqui.
Come for you! Bill Williamson! Come out here right now!
Go away now, John. Don't make me kill you.
Nobody needs to kill anyone, Bill.
You must think I was born yesterday. You always did think I was an idiot.
That ain't fair, Bill. You were as my brother. I've come to try to save you.
Oh. Do I look like I need saving?
Bill, please. They want to kill us all. I can help you.
Well, you never tried to save me before. You only seemed to save yourself.
Bill, I implore you think about this.
You implore me? You implore me. You always were one for fancy words. Oh. Well, things are different now, John. Now I'm in charge! No more Dutch! And no more you. Implores. I implores you to go back and tell them to send someone just a little bit more impressive next time.
Well?
Oh. Poor John.
Well, you're alive.
So it would seem.
So, how do you feel?
I don't know the polite word for it.
I do. Stupid is the word we use around here. What were you doing?
I was doing something stupid.
Well, you'll be okay. Once you didn't die, the doctor said you'd be fine. He got the bullets out a couple days ago.
Good.
It cost us $15.
I'm sorry, madam. Should have left me there to die.
Did you want to die? I mean, was that it? Was that why you went straight out to Fort Mercer and picked a fight with the worst bandit in the county? To die, Mr.
Mr. Marston. John Marston.
Bonnie McFarland. Miss Bonnie McFarland.
Well, you may be right, Miss McFarland. I don't know.
So what were you doing?
I was trying to give Mr. Williamson a chance. For old time's sake.
You know Bill Williamson?
Knew him. Long time ago.
Well, what was he like?
Dumb.
Just like you.
Thank you, miss. See my hat?
I have. And, what will you do now?
Now I'm gonna take my time and go after him the less kind way.
Well, that sounds very fun, Mr. Marston. Quite heroic, just like in those penny dreadfuls my brother used to read. Meanwhile, if you'll excuse me, I've got a ranch to run. Of course, if you're feeling better, why not take a ride with me later? Help me patrol the perimeter. You can earn back some of that money we wasted on doctor's bills.
Of course. And thank you for saving my life, I mean.
Next time, Mr. Marston, I strongly recommend you don't try to lose it quite so earnestly.
I'll bear that in mind.